Hello everyone and welcome to Affairs Cloud. In today's current affairs video, we are going to look at Freedom in the World 2020 report, a report that has been given by Freedom House, a US based non-governmental organization. So what is the Freedom in the World report? What is India's relevance in this report? Let's take a look at all these things in detail in the video. So the Freedom in the World 2020 report was released on 5th of March by Freedom House, which is a US based watchdog. The report has ranked India at 83rd position and the rank is shared by the countries of Timor-Leste, which is a Southeast Asian country, and Senegal, which is a country in the West African region. So this is near the bottom of the pile among the countries that have been categorized as free, with only the country of Tunisia, which is a North African country, receiving a lower score than India, Timor-Leste and Senegal. So India's score has fallen by 4 points to a score of 71 now, and this is the worst decline amongst the world's 25 largest democracies in the year of 2019. So how is the report taken? What are the parameters taken into consideration? And what was India's score prior to this, and what was the reason for the fall in the ranking? This will all be looked into in detail in this video. So what's the Freedom in the World report? The Freedom in the World report derives its methodology from the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was adopted by the United Nations General Assembly in 1948. So the report covers 195 countries and it awards scores based on political right indicators such as electoral process, that is how the election process is conducted in a country, political pluralism and participation, that is coexistence of various political ideologies, which is political pluralism, and how these various political ideologies participate in the electoral process, that is political participation. And government functioning is also an important political rights indicator. The score also includes civil liberty indicators such as freedom of expression, organizational rights, associational rights, and how the rule of law is implemented in the country, and individual rights and personal autonomy is also taken into account while scoring the nations in the Freedom of the World report. So it produces annual scores representing the levels of political rights and civil liberties in each state and territory on a scale from 1 to 7. So the Freedom of the World report has a scale from 1 to 7, where 1 is representation of most free and 7 is a representation of a least free country. Depending on the ratings, the nations are then classified as free, partially free or not free. So the report classifies countries into 3 categories, namely free, partially free and not free. So these are the 3 categories that has been awarded by the report. So now let's take a look at the freedom score table given for India by the Freedom in the World report over the years of 2017 to 2020. Here we see that the freedom score is being split into 2 parts, score for political rights and score for civil liberty. So the sum of the score of political rights and the score for civil liberty together constitute the total score. So here we observe that the political rights score has gone down from 35 in the years of 2017, 18 and 19 to a score of 34, a drop of 1 point in 2020. And looking at civil liberty scores, we have seen that it has come down from 42 in 2017-18 to 40 in 2019 and has dropped further 3 points to a score of 37 in 2020. As far as the total scores are concerned, it has gone down from 77 in 2017 to 75 in 2019 and has dropped 4 more points for a score of 71 in 2020. Now this table clearly shows us that the freedom score for India has been steadily declining since 2017. Now one important point to be noted here is that the report treats the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir as a separate territory and hence awards it separate scores for political rights, civil liberty and overall freedom scores. Now as far as Kashmir is concerned, the score has dropped from 49 in 2019, which is the total score, to 28 in 2020, which is a very sharp decline. Now, as we had noted earlier, the report classifies countries into three categories, namely free, partly or partially free, and not free. So, the decline in Jammu and Kashmir's freedom score from 49 to 28 has essentially changed the category of Jammu and Kashmir in the Freedom in the World report from partly free to not free. Now let's take a look at the reasons given in the report regarding the decline in India's freedom ranking and freedom scores. So the following three reasons have been mentioned in the report. Let's take a look at them. The annulment of autonomy and the abrogation, that is the repeal of Article 370 of the Indian Constitution, which had granted special status for the Indian state of Jammu and Kashmir, and the subsequent shutdown of Kashmir, which involved curfew, internet shutdown and general communication shutdown, has been listed as one of the main reasons for the decline in India's freedom scores. Also, the National Register of Citizens (NRC) and also the controversial Citizenship Amendment Act (CAA), which is said to tarnish the secular image of our nation, is also given as one of the main reasons for the fall in India's freedom scores. Also, the crackdown on consequential mass protests by the people-led protests, has also been listed as the third reason for India's decline in freedom scores. So these three reasons are mainly said to contribute to India's decline in freedom scores in the Freedom in the World report. Now let's take a look at the top 3 ranked countries in the free category and the bottom 3 ranked countries in the free category. So here we see that Finland, Norway and Sweden, 3 European countries, have been ranked 1, 2 and 3, first, second and third in the free category. And the bottom of the tier goes to India and Timor-Leste, which share the 83rd position together. And Tunisia places last in the free category with the lowest freedom scores, and it's at the 84th position. Now the report also had few remarks with respect to India. Let's take a look at those remarks. The report had noted that India has long been seen as a democratic counterweight to China and hence a strategic partner for the United States. However, with India's declining freedom scores and freedom ranking, that view is said to be changing, and it is said that now India attracts criticism similar to that is levied against China, in the sense that China has been criticized for its lack of freedom. So now with the decline in freedom scores, it is said that India is facing similar criticism. The report also slammed the internet blackout in Kashmir. So as we had discussed earlier, ever since the abrogation of Article 370, there has been internet blackout and communication blackout in Kashmir. So the report has gone down heavily on this and has termed it the longest shutdown ever imposed by a democracy. So this is a major criticism that has been levied against the Indian state. The report also noted that freedom of expression was under threat in India, and particularly noted that journalists, who are the pillars of free speech and democracy, academics and other eminent personalities, are facing harassment and intimidation when addressing politically sensitive topics. So I hope you liked our video. Thank you for watching. Please leave your feedback in the form of comments and please remember to subscribe to our channel. Thank you. See you in the next video.